Hello everyone. College sports is a lucrative business in which a student athlete takes most of their time playing their college teams. And while most college athletes have tough times already with their financial issues, school athletic boards and coaches get paid significantly high salaries. Today we'll learn about the topic of should college athletes get paid. Since the argument whether college athletes should get paid has gotten a lot of public attention. There are some lines of reasoning that support the claim of college athletes should get paid and why they should not, according to Prep Scholar. For our main points today, we'll talk about why college athletes should get paid and why they should not. And lastly, talk about how it could benefit the status and popularity of the college as well as financial ability. First, we'll start off on why college athletes should get paid. Sports take as much time as a full-time job. Various statistics show that college athletes spend at least 40 hours per week dedicated to sports, including games and training sessions. This is like working at a full-time job on demanding courses. A student athlete cannot remain on the team or keep the scholarship for all the time they put ensuring the success of the team. Student athletes should deserve to be paid for the efforts, according to collegesportsmadness.com, published on May 29, 2019. According to a 2017 NCAA survey, Division I athletes spend at least an average of 35.4 hours per week on athletic activities during the season. That leaves little to no time to have a job on campus. According to that same NCAA survey, Division I athletes spent 2% of the time each week at a job. This is equivalent to 3.4 hours and roughly $25 at minimum wage. Such as to say that the opportunity cost of participating in college athletics is immense. Even if a college athlete were to spend those 35.4 hours working at the federal minimum wage, they have an extra $1,000 a month. That's not insignificant to a college student. But next, we'll talk about how money could help the colleges. According to University of Carlsbad newspaper published on October 16, 2019, college athletes are not able to get jobs, in fact, due to the fact that they are doing things for the sport each year round. Since they are not allowed to most likely to get jobs, most athletes go hungry and not have much to eat. They are expected to do everything a regular student would do, and even more. Another reason why they should get paid is the amount of revenue that the sports team brings to the school. I feel like they should get a small percentage of that money, and next, athletes should be able to profit off their name and likeness. I feel like an athlete is good, they should be able to sell the autographs or even the jersey number. Next, we could talk about how it can make games more competitive. According to College Sports Madness, published on December 13, 2020, if they could hope for financial compensation, students will feel more motivated to raise the level of performance. Good earnings will increase students' motivation to work harder and rise and maintain their ranking. In addition, student athletes will feel less stress about their financial situation so they can focus more on their games without money anxiety. Next is students lay their bodies on the line. I feel like there has been numerous instances of players becoming paralyzed by hits or tackles on the football fields or suffering career-ending ligament injuries in the basketball court. While professional athletes suffer such injuries, many have made millions over the course of their careers. It is a very different story for unpaid college athletes. Elite college athletes on the cusp of an eventual professional career may be faced with the prospect of never realizing their professional dreams and never earning a dollar for their skills, according to smartasset.com, published on May 19, 2019. Now that we know the reason why college athletes should get paid, now we talk about why they should not get paid. First, it does not classify as a job. According to the journal The Short Run, published May 2018, college athletes generate a lot of revenue for the schools, but NCAA officials reject the idea that the students should be paid because what they do does not qualify as work. According to the Elon News Network, published on April 13, 2014, College athletes need to recognize the opportunity as a privilege that most young kids aspire to attain, but are never given the opportunity to have, just to do for the love of the game. The last thing athletes want to happen is the college sports turn into a chore or a job with an hourly wage. The pure love of gets lost, and it should never be about how much material value your play is worth. Next, college athletes do not know how to manage money. Amateur players receiving compensation just seems like a complete disaster. They don't know how to manage their money, and there wouldn't be anyone to guide their financial decisions. Colin Cowherd states that I don't think paying all college athletes is great. Not every college is loaded, and most 19-year-olds are probably going to spend it, and let's be honest, they're going to spend it on weed and kicks, according to Malcolm Lemons, published on September 26, 2017. Now that we know the pros and cons of college athletes getting paid, now we could talk about how it can benefit colleges if they do. How it could benefit the college. It could translate into fame and increase the popularity of the college. According to American Magazine, published on March 20, 2020, college athletes deserve more money for their efforts, and more specifically, athletes who play football and men's basketball at large tuitions often generate huge profits for the universities. And that's a lot of money. Of course, it helps to fund other sports programs at university, but it far exceeds within the football and student athletes receive in return. Usually some combination of scholarship, equipment, and media exposure. In 2017, the NCAA reached a financial milestone in which it reported $1.1 billion in revenue. The lion's share of that money is from a gargantuan TV contract with CBS and Turner, the company that owns TNT and TBS. These two companies are paying a combined $800 million a year to broadcast March Madness, which is a basketball playoff competition. And the players that make the tournament, they don't see that money. They don't get that money. And advocates paying the college athletes frequently point to this imbalance as one of the main talking core points, according to smartasset.com, published on May 19, 2019. Today we learned about the reason why college athletes should get paid and why they should not. And in my opinion, I think college athletes should get paid if they do have financial issues and they need the money. This topic has been discussed for many years, and its status is up to the NCAA if they actually allow college athletes to get paid, but for now, it's still a debate for many people. Thank you for your time, and have a nice day.